Imagine being the GOAT and then having to argue and tell everybody that you're the GOAT all the time. That seems like the least GOAT thing I've ever heard in my life. Ever in the history of life. You have to go around and defend your case all the time. He literally responds to random. Like, it's just sad. And then he doesn't play. So all he does is bring up, like, these facts. But it's like, bro. I don't think he realized at some point, like, he will be irrelevant in some sense. Not irrelevant. That's the wrong word. But at some point, you're just gonna get dethroned, like, no matter what. Nope, never did. You know, I'm trying to push 2018 meta. I don't get how people say the meta hasn't changed. I think people have, like, weird definitions of what the meta is, I guess. To me, the meta is just like people getting better, and it's like everything as a whole.
I guess I should be thankful.
What's up, Delta? I don't think people get what the meta is. Maybe it's like what you have to do to win, but like, I don't know. Even now, like, winning now, you have to be so fucking clean. To me, back in the day, you could play bad and beat really good people. You cannot play bad and beat good people today. It just doesn't work. I don't get what, like, and then Drug Fox is, like, defending it, and I'm like, it's all these old players who, like, are trying to justify that they would still be good. That's all it is. By saying the meta hasn't changed, you're just trying to say that you would still be good in today's meta.
Rock and roll.
Which is bullshit. Absolute bullshit to say that. There's not one player who plays now who will say the meta hasn't changed. That's how, like, and I like Drug Fox too, but that's how it comes off. Am I wrong? It's people who aren't playing who are like, oh, the meta hasn't changed.
Kick some tail.
Ginger did. There's like 9 Ginger jokes I'm gonna make, but I don't want to. Because I just talked to Ginger today and I don't want to make fun of him. But there's like 9 I want to make, but I'm not gonna. You should have to compete to talk about the meta. I don't think you have to compete. Like, I think Drug Fox, like, they can still have a say. But, like, the only reason they're saying the meta, at least from Adam's point of view, the only reason he's going around saying the meta hasn't changed is because, you know, he thinks he could still be good. Which is fine. But you're not allowed to, the second you stop competing, you can no longer say I would be good. Because it takes away from people who are competing. The second you retire, that's it. You can no longer say I would be good. Because the whole point of entering tournaments and the whole structure of why we play in tournaments is so that you prove you are good. Once you stop competing, you're not, that's it. You give away that right. That right is now gone. You forfeit it. You could say, yeah, I'd be good, but it holds zero precedent, you know? I feel like that's just right. Like, you can't just sit in your fucking basement and be like, I would still be good. It's like, well, maybe you would, maybe you wouldn't, but that, you can't just say it. Because it's like disrespectful that everyone's still competing. People are still trying to prove that they're good, right? Especially when, like, I always bring up, Armada was getting, somebody get the numbers. I think he was 3-9 against Leffen their last 12 sets. Like, dude. That's called an ass whooping. That's called the meta has changed, and you're not beating this guy anymore. And he was barely going even with Mute King, who is totally irrelevant today. This guy solved Puff, but then Azzle beats HBox in 2020. Obviously, it's not prime HBox, but if you told Armada years ago that some fucking kid named Azzle was gonna fucking beat HBox in 2020 without subscribing to him and hitting the sub goal, you'd be like, what? I don't get the whole meta hasn't changed. It's not even, that's what bugs me most about Adam. It's not that he's like, everything he says about his legacy is like totally fine, right? But the thing that irks me the most is the meta hasn't changed.
I guess I should be thankful.
That fucking blows my mind. Like, I don't get it. I like this became a whole thing today. Yeah, and Armada's thing is that he played Fiction and Cody in friendlies. But what happened when he played Zane in friendlies? I don't think he brought that up. Huh. Interesting. Very interesting. He brought up playing Cody and Fiction, who literally fanboyed and sucked his dick the whole time. And Cody is so much better than he was 8 months ago. And you can't look me in the eye and tell me not.
Let's kick some tail.
They literally just sucked his dick. What did None say? What's up, Peter? These retired players are probably in a Discord talking bullshit. Yeah! Yeah! But that's ridiculous, dude. He didn't talk about like literally losing Zane. Zane said he won 80% of the friendlies. Like, why didn't he bring that up? Or the fact that he lost 6 straight games to Bobby Big Balls.
Rock and roll.
He then went on to not lose another friendly. But losing 6 straight games to Bobby Big Balls is something. That wouldn't have happened in 2018, goddammit. What's up, Tatum? Yeah, ask Bobby. Bobby said he won like 5, 6, 7 games in a row, and then he never won again. So take that as you will. But to use the fiction and like, I feel like Armada literally only played those friendlies so that one day he can bring it up and be like, oh, I played really well against Fiction and Cody in friendlies. Where they literally sucked his dick the whole time, and I know they weren't even trying. They were just had this fucking nasty ass Swedish dick in their mouth.
I guess I should be thankful.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you'd still be good. I don't get it. I stopped playing for a while too, and I came back, and I was just like so good, you know? Fuck up. So annoying. They literally go watch those VODs, and they literally just suck his dick the whole time. It was so annoying to watch. The thing is, I don't even like. I'm not even saying all this like, because I think I'm the GOAT. Because I think it's like, in like 2 years, all these arguments would be irrelevant. In 2 years, these arguments won't even exist. Like, we're not even gonna be talking about that. Armada won't be forgotten. He's gonna be modern Ken, no matter how you look at it. He'll be the one guy who was the champ and then stopped playing. He's gonna be modern day Ken. Way more impressive than Ken. Obviously, I'm not gonna say it's the same thing, but it's just gonna be like, okay, this guy was really good for his time. Well, according to him, he think he'll be like amazing forever, because according to him, the meta never changes. So I don't know. I don't even know like what to say. Like the whole meta not changing, like you can't look me in the eye and tell me Adam was not falling off towards the end of his career. Because he was. He absolutely was. He lost to a not whatever, so he lost that streak. Couldn't beat Leffen. Keep in mind, Armada says the meta hasn't changed. When I would literally nair him and he would CC down smash me half of our neutral interaction. Guy's audacity to tell me the meta hasn't changed. When literally he was beating players who ran into his CC. This guy thinks he's all that. Like, congrats, bro. I was a fucking idiot. That's how bad we were back in the day. And I was like one of the best players. And I fucking ran into CC down smash half my neutral interaction. And even then I used the argument. Armada was only the best in the world 2 years. I don't get it. What dominance was 2 years? And he barely edged out 16. I think he barely lost 17 in his defense. In his defense, I think he barely lost 17, but still.
We're not done yet.
I'm never trying to like take away Armada's accomplishments because they're really impressive. But like, I don't know. Armada's thing was like always at least getting second and not losing to like, you know, shitty players. But it's like, is that really that impressive? Like, like, back in the day it was only like
your turn to be thankful.
Like 5 people who could even like. I had a lot of bad losses, but that's because I'm not a fucking tryhard. And like, I can use my excuse like, I didn't take it as serious as I should have, and that's on me, right? But like, back in the day, dude, there was like 4 good people in the world, and even then there was maybe only like 2. I'm not trying to minimize his achievements. I just think they become less impressive as time goes on.
Let's kick some tail.
And literally when he was good, it was me at my super low. When I was at my absolute low. Leffen was Visa'd, and it was just him against H-Box pretty much.
Let's kick some tail.
Can we give Armada free advertisement? Well, the thing is we have to talk about him. Because he stopped. The same reason, like, when H-Box retires again for the 3rd time, we're going to have to talk about it. It's just the way it goes.
Gotcha.
There's not much news in Melee. Like, we have to just talk about these things. Even if we don't want to.
These guys just keep coming.
I also think Armada getting left in the back, like Armada, like, being, like, how do I say? Him being not as good just means the game's growing. But it's like, if he's saying what he's saying, he's pretty much saying the game hasn't grown since he left, which I think is so disrespectful to everybody still playing. And I don't think people see that part. It's like he still thinks the game hasn't changed since he left, which is like the most egotistical thing I think I've ever heard in my life. And that's all. That's like my take on it. Armada's great and he will always be great. But like him saying what he says like takes away so much from the game today, and I think that's bullshit. That's my gripe. That's my long gripe. You guys see where I'm coming from? Because I'm still putting work in. But when this guy's like, blah, 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 it's like, it's such a spit in the face, right? That's my biggest gripe with all of this. It's not that I'm not trying to like belittle Armada, but like so much time and time is passing that like, he still thinks like, I don't know how else to say it.
We're not done yet.
It's just spits in our face, like, my face, like Nun's face, who literally plays like 12 hours a day. Me, Zane, and Cody, who literally play fucking all day, every day. It's like, he's pretty much saying like, you get what I'm saying? It just shits in our face, dude. And that's what I don't like. That's what I don't like. It's not fair to the people who are like literally out here playing every day because they like want to push the game and get better. For him to just be like, oh, no one's, you know, nothing's really changed since I left. I think that's bullshit. And I guess that's like my biggest gripe with it. I'm not even like trying to say I'm the GOAT, because I don't even think I'm the GOAT right now. I still have like a lot more to prove. But like,
let's rock and roll.
That's what irks me the most. That's literally what irks me the most. I also think like, yeah, that's pretty much my main like take on it. I think it's just super disrespectful. When people are getting fucking crazy good. Literally watch Nun. That guy moves 1,000,000 miles per hour, dude. What do you mean? Watch Nun 2018, watch Nun now. Nun sucked dick in 2018. Nun sucked dick, Cody sucked dick, and Zane sucked dick in 2018. And now they're fucking super nasty, right? Like, you can't just say, like, I don't know. I don't know. Wait, shit, did I get bonded on? Oh, god damn it. Oh, god damn it. Yeah, exactly, Nun. I think I suck too. When I think about it, I'm like, I can get so much better. And the fact that Armada thinks the opposite is what blows my mind. I'm like, dude, there's so much room to get better, right? And I think every Melee player actually feels that way, except Armada, who thinks the complete opposite, which is mind-blowing to me, that he tries to protect his ego that hard. You guys get what I'm saying? Like, I don't think I'm like wrong. I'm just like, I just feel like these are just basic things, and I just think like, I don't know. A lot of it's just so disrespectful as a whole. Also, I think being good in today's day is really impressive because people have so many tools to get good, whereas like back in the day, there was no net play, right? So like, think about how many few hours people put in LAN Melee compared to now. I've played more this year than like, you guys see what I'm saying? You can only like play a few times on LAN, right? But you think about it online, you can literally play 8 hours a day. Nobody was playing that much on LAN back in the day. You played like in a rotation, you know? So like, does that make sense? Like, I just feel like today is like, there's so many tools to get good, and people can play like 8-10 hours a day. People didn't play that much back in the day, no matter how you look at it. Like, I think being good in today's, like, format is really impressive just because, like, so many people have tools to get good. Like, literally infinite amount of tools. And people are literally playing more Melee than they ever have. Like, people are playing so much fucking Melee nowadays. It's ridiculous. I just hate that he sits on his high horse while the rest of us play. Like, we're fucking... I don't know. We all just play. We're all just Armada's amusement because he, in his head, thinks he would just fuck us up. And that makes me mad. That makes me mad. You knew he was getting fucked up as Magi. That's what's getting fucked up. Also, my next argument is people like trying to bail HBox out by saying it's online or whatever. Bro! Online is the titties. It's not like we're gonna play on LAN and results are gonna be fucking out of this world different. What's gonna change?
I guess I should be.
It's not my fault HBox fucking SDs with a character with 6 jumps.
Let's kick some tail.
That's totally online's fault. In person, he would know how to count his jumps. Like, the people who are like pro, like, oh, online isn't like a real representation, or like, they're fooling themselves, dude. People who like think that way are literally fooling themselves. Do I think online is the end-all be-all of skill? No. But I do think it says a decent amount. You can't look me in the eye and tell me it doesn't say a decent amount. People are still playing really high level. Like, I watch HBox play. Is he playing his absolute best? Eh. Is he playing terrible? No. You can't tell me HBox is playing terrible. He's not playing awful. His mental's not there, but he's like, I don't know. But saying like the crowd powers you up is so dumb. Like, I don't know. None. Have you ever like felt the crowd? I don't even feel the crowd when I'm playing. They're just there. I usually have my headset on and I'm minding my own business and I'm just playing. If anything, then you know what? Then fucking Summit shouldn't count as a legit tournament. Oh, but you gotta power up off the crowd, bro. Like, you can't. That means with that logic, like, when a Summit is like seen as like one of the most try-hard fucking tournaments because you know it's so sweaty. Right? Am I right or am I wrong? So this whole crowd thing is bullshit. Oh, there's no crowd? Oh, come on. Bubble fuel, thank you. You know what? I'm gonna figure out the fucking cure to COVID and I'm making a time machine. And we're gonna settle this like fucking men once and for all. I'm sick of this shit! It's also dumb because like since Armada retired and he's obviously the greatest player to ever touch a controller, like why are the rest of us playing? Does winning a tournament hold no kind of prestige anymore? Like it's so dumb. That's also the thing. What's the point of winning a tournament if the greatest isn't there? Like it's people get better. Like the game goes on. You can even say the meta hasn't changed. Let's just say, okay, the meta hasn't changed. Whatever your definition of the meta, sure, whatever, the meta hasn't changed. But people have gotten so much better, and you can't fucking look me in the eye and tell me that's not the case. You can't fucking look me in my fucking beautiful brown eyes and tell me that, at least. You absolutely cannot look me in the eye and tell me that. Whatever, the meta hasn't changed. But you're gonna tell me people haven't gotten better? No. 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 I won't allow it. I won't allow it. Whatever, the meta hasn't changed. But people have absolutely gone ridiculously crazy. And you can't tell me otherwise. I've played in the meta. I'm so much better. I used to run into Armada, get CC down smash. And that's the only way he beat me. That was the meta? This crazy meta of Mango running into CCs? What a fucking meta, bro. Wow. Oh, the meta where Mango lost every FD game to everybody? Oh, man. Oh, man.
Gotcha.
Oh, man. Oh, man. The meta when Mango was just a free win on FD. Dang, it's not like Mango got better on FD. Mango's still losing FD games in 2020? Dang. It's almost like the meta hasn't changed. It's not like Mango hasn't gotten better. Also, leaving the game, and I know you could say, like, he comes from Europe, and, like, he wasn't feeling it anymore. Like, that's fine. But, like, not feeling it anymore, and then leaving, and then calling yourself the GOAT is, like, I don't know. I feel like real GOAT shit would be, like, still playing and fucking everybody up, and you just, like, would just, like, you'd be so embedded with it that you'd want to prove it all the time. The only reason I play is I still want to fuck up these kids.
Rock and roll.
These little crackheads who think they're good. Like, that's my motivation. The better people get, I love it. Because it means I have to get better. And when I beat them, I'm going to feel so good about it. Like, I love people getting better. It just means that we got to get better myself, right? Thing is, I've wanted to quit Melee many times. Because I also thought, like, I didn't have it. Or, like, I didn't feel it. But, like, I'm happy I didn't. Because it was just, like, it's just a phase. Because, like, with me, it's like one too many people start talking shit. Like, if I'm Armada in this world, I'm pissed. I'm like, you're not gonna fucking talk to me like that, motherfucker. Who do you think you are? But that's how I am. That's why I'll be like, no. I'll be like, let me show you something, kid.
Let's rock and roll.
The worst part about Armada, last thing about Adam, and then I don't want to talk about him anymore. He literally told nobody he was retiring. Won a tournament over Mewtwo King, where I dropped out, Plup dropped out, Leffen dropped out, won, and then retired. And then said he was the GOAT. It's like, wow.
Gotcha.
Wow. If I get Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind Armada
Let's rock and roll.
from Melee in my brain, I would in a heartbeat. I Eternal his ass so fucking hard, dude. I don't want to think about this kid ever again. If I could fucking Eternal his ass, I would. His Topple's fault? Nah, I think it's interesting to talk about. It's a good topic. I mean, a lot of people have different views about it. Like, there would be a day when we would start questioning Armada. It just came a little sooner than later. It's almost like people have gotten super good or something. I don't know. And maybe we just think back. Huh. It's almost like people have gotten really good. Well, we have to give him real estate in our mind. He's part of, like, he's a big part of Melee history. He's a massive part. And when he's arguing on Twitter about it, what are we supposed to do? Regardless, like, same thing with HBox. You know, like fucking talking about HBox every week? No, but it's a big part of the game, dude. Like, you gotta talk about it. They're just gonna come up. Like, as long as Melee's around, we're gonna talk about Armada. We're not gonna not talk about Adam, like, you know? People still talk about PPMD. Meets King agrees with Armada? Yeah, shocker, all these fucking washed has-beens who want to say things they're not. The worst part is, none of them are gonna enter, so they can just still sit there and their opinion's never gonna change when they're just wrong. I feel like Leffen. I'm furious. There's literally old school players who think they would still be good today but won't enter a tournament. Am I wrong, or is that like the pussiest shit?
I guess I should be thankful.
Am I wrong? To talk about like, oh, this and that, but then won't prove it. It's like, that's just so dumb. It just, yeah, it just makes it just downgrades the effort that people put in the day, which is my initial like argument, which I think is dumb. It just spits in everyone's face who plays literally every day, all day to get better. That's my initial argument, which I don't like. There's no risk. Yeah, they can just be like, I dominate, but then not do anything about it. It's just so dumb. And it's so disrespectful, dude. Maybe I'm from the hood. You don't go around disrespecting a whole people like that. Prime Mewtwo would definitely beat Zane. That better be a troll or I'm gonna fucking lose my fucking absolute fucking mind right now. Sick of this shit. This is Melee Civil War, dude. People who play the game every day versus people who haven't played in years. It's like old white guys commenting on abortion. That's all it is. Fuck out of here, old white guys! Pissing me off! That's all it is, dude. It's like, what do you mean? You have no say anymore. Your say is gone. Oh. They're holding us back in like this old mentality that like the game hasn't improved. And I think that's like, that's not good for the game. If someone came in today and they're like, oh, Armada would still be good today, it just makes the rest of us look like a fucking joke. I don't fucking play this game every day of my life to be fucking look like as a joke. When everyone already thinks we smell and we're fucking pedophiles. Now I gotta deal with this fucking bullshit. I gotta wake up to this fucking bullshit. Oh! I just lost yesterday. I'm playing. Because I gotta keep up. People are getting so good. I feel like if I miss a practice, I'm falling behind slightly. Look what happened to H-Bucks. Prime example. Prime example. I lost to fucking Azel. What is Azel even ranked? That guy didn't show up to practice, lost to my man Azel was in the gym every day. You can catch Azel in the gym. I bet you he's in the gym right now. HBox, who was literally the best player and pretty dominating in his time, literally lost to Azel because he has not been practicing. I know it's online. Just look at that on paper. Look at that on paper. Fucking Azel. Who the fuck is Azel? I don't fucking know until yesterday.
We're not done yet.
Beat HBox because HBox has not been practicing. Why? Because people are getting fucking good. That's why. Do you not see? Do you not see this? The worst part about HBox is he unretired and made a video saying, alright, I was being a bitch. I'm coming back, boys. And then lied to us and now he's like retiring again. What the fuck? What's the point of that video? What the shit? What was the point of the video? What the fuck? Can somebody tell me the point of the video? He lost and he pieced the camera. What the fuck? The main point is, look at HBox, who is literally making people quit and make people think Puff is the best character in the game. Stop practicing, lost to fucking Azel. And I'm not trying to show on Azel. You guys know this.
We're not done
This
yet.
is just for the sake of HBox was our last best player losing to Azel because he has not been practicing. That's the case I'm trying to make, right? Like, you guys see that, right? Somebody like Azel, who's on the come up, could beat the former best player just because our best player is not practicing anymore. Like, that's the point I'm trying to make. I'm not trying to show on Azel in any way. I think he's a Mango fan, so if he's not, then I'm hurt. But that's why people are getting so insane that our ex-best player can lose to somebody like Azel because they have not been practicing. I know it's online, but I still think online is some representation. Would HBox lose on land, Azel? Probably. Depends. Different time we live in, but that's the point I'm trying to make. And Armada's literally last claim to fame before he stopped playing was that he could beat HBox when no one else can. Fast forward to 2020, somebody named Azel beat Hungrybox. So Armada's last tried and true accomplishment is not looking hot right now. I think online results matter. They don't out of this world matter, but they matter. They matter. And you can't tell me otherwise. And I will willing to bet any amount of money the people who are doing well online right now will 100% are gonna kill it when land comes back. It's not like fucking all of a sudden, I don't know, fucking, I'll just use Axe for example, is gonna win tournaments when we come back. It's not like some crazy thing's gonna happen, right? Like the winners of the tournament are probably gonna be me or Zane and a few other people. It's not like some crazy thing's gonna happen on LAN. And if HBox isn't gonna practice for the whole next year, which is what it looks like, he's gonna be so irrelevant when things get back. Will he get top 8? Maybe, but he's not winning shit. I'll tell you that much. He's not gonna be winning shit. That's for sure. So I think Adam believes what he's saying. I think he does believe what he's saying. I think he's trying really hard to protect his legacy and like, I don't know. It's obviously he cares about his legacy a ridiculous amount. Which is why some people find it hard to believe that he retired when he did without like being scared of losing, right? With how much he cares, you know that's why people believe that's a factor, right? That's why I believe it's like a small factor. Because he cares so much about his legacy, right? He does care about his legacy more than Melee, because if he cared about Melee, he would still be playing. You know who cares about Melee? Me. You know who could have quit many times? Me. You know who still plays, shows up and gets his ass beat for the sake of the game? Me. But then Armada gets like mad. It's like, bro, people are gonna talk about you. Because like I said, he is an important part of Melee history. Like, people are always gonna question it. Like, he's gonna have to learn to live with it, or he's not gonna have a very happy next few years. The thing is, I think Armada was really fucking good and like really fucking impressive, but like, I just think he stopped playing at a very pivotal point in Melee. That leaves a lot of question marks. Like, you guys see what I'm saying? Like, he stopped playing at probably the worst possible time to stop playing. Like, you know what I mean? He just stopped playing at such a point when, like, there's so many questions that needed to be, like...
I guess I should be thankful.
That's the main thing. He stopped playing, like, at probably the worst possible time to stop playing. And that's why I think it's gonna hurt him long term.
Rock and roll.
The biggest part is he stopped playing
These guys just keep
at a
going.
time when a lot of questions were gonna be, like... You know what I'm saying? He just stopped playing at a really bad time. And he'll be like, well, no matter when I stop playing, people would say the same thing. And it's probably somewhat right. Because people like to speculate. What do you mean? We don't have a lot of top players. Like, people are going to speculate, right? No one's sleeping on Armada, but, like, also, I do think we've gotten a lot better. Like, people who say 2018 Armada would just beat us is, like, that's so ridiculous. Like, just say it out loud. 2018 Armada's beating me right now. Beating Zane. Beating Cody. No fucking way, dude. The thing is, I don't, like, want us to, like, hate Adam, because I do think he's important and he did a lot for the game. But with the way he's acting, it's like a Paul Pierce. Like, it's just like, bro, it's like a Paul Pierce, Charles Barkley combined. Like, what are you talking about, dude? Like, I don't want to hate Adam, because I think he's really important and he was really good and, like, did a lot of good things for Melee. But, like, the way he talks, like, makes me just not want to like him. It's like, I just, you know what I mean? He's literally Paul Pierce, like Barkley, that kind of vibe, right? Where it's like the more shit they say, you're like, what are you talking about, dude? Mango's the hater. A couple days ago, it was HBox. Now Adam. Now your little echo chamber is gonna amplify the hate. No, I think people formed their own opinions about Adam today. I didn't really have to say anything. I'm pretty much just saying what I said on earlier. And HBox, yeah, I'm shitting on HBox. He's a fucking huge disappointment. You're gonna look me in the eye and tell me HBox isn't a fucking disappointment, bro? When I'm one of the top players who has had the most respect for HBox ever, probably. Don't fucking tell me that shit. I had so much respect for HBox before he became a bitch. And you can literally check the clips. You can check my tweets. You can check it all. No one had more respect for HBox than me at top level. Not one other top player had more respect for HBox than me. Because he was really good on top of his game. But now he's being a bitch, and I'm gonna hate on him for that. Also, someone tell Magi last game I'm gonna force stalker.
These guys just keep coming.
I got a Sheik appointment. So like at the end of the day, like me still being good in a crazy meta says a lot about me.
Some tail.
Fuck! I suck. Adam was right. Poor Magi never had a chance. I was furious that whole time. That bitch wasn't ready for what was coming. Never had a chance.